Going from a cluttered, overwhelming home to a paradise that is calm and soothing can seem super stressful, but thanks to the decluttering queens, we have you covered. Now, I think my very favorite strategy right off the bat from Dawn, the minimal mom, is...
It is not a clear yes, it is a no. So as we look through this stuff, we are gonna say, is it a clear yes? And if so, I'm gonna keep it. And if I at all waver, hesitate, am not sure about it, that means it's a no.
One of the reasons why this is so incredible is so often we hesitate when we are decluttering. We are thinking through a myriad of reasons why we should actually keep something. And we actually start to tell and make up stories for ourselves. So for example, I have this canner. The thing about canning is this is not an immediate yes for me. I can say, well, here's the thing. And as soon as I start getting into that, well, here's the thing, that right there is telling me that I am making up a story. Maybe I'm like, well, what if I have like a massive canning thing to do? Or what about this shirt that's missing a button? Now you might find that button one day, but here's the thing. Nope, that's a story. And this brings me to such an incredible question to ask by the amazing Dana K. White.
If I needed this item, where would I look for it first? Okay, the key word here is would, not should.
I absolutely love that Dana clarifies would and not should, because if we're thinking right away, where would this go? Then we're like, yeah, okay, I know exactly where I would put that. Like my vitamins, I know where those go, and shirts, things like that. But if we're thinking where should it go, then we're starting to come up with ideas. And that is how things, first of all, get crammed into weird places or lost altogether. I know that I would look for my ice cream maker here. This jar of pennies, where would I put it? Nowhere. Where should I put it? Oh my gosh. And yes, I know, I should be taking these to the bank, but like the bank, come on. I'll get there. I also really like this method for those of us with ADHD, but where will I put this to look for it first? The whole point of like, where would I look for this is huge and not where should it go. But so often we lose things and we look and look and look. And I have spent years of my life looking for things that are lost. Perhaps you should consider being like, that is exactly where this should go from now on. If you are just putting things in random spots altogether. I know that's a bit of an aside, but I just had to throw that in there. Now, Dana's next question really sums it up.
But let's say that you pull something out and you go, okay, googly eyes. If I was looking for googly eyes, where would I look for them first?
I'm feeling a little called out.
If I needed this item, would it ever occur to me that I already had one? If I needed googly eyes, would it ever occur to me that I already had googly eyes?
This is absolutely perfect. Yes. It basically does not belong in your house if you can't think of where you would keep it. It harkens back to the idea that everything has a place and a place for everything. Now, my children should be not putting these away here. This is not the place for the glass measuring cups, which is hilarious because they have been down in this drawer for a very long time. That is the place for these things. So back to should. Okay, you are not at all organized. You may need to work on that. Sure, don't worry. But I know that my mop is going to be with my broom in the broom closet. That is one of the great things about knowing where things go. So my food processor is going to be with the ice cream maker and the other small appliances. But you might be like, well, where do I actually start when I'm decluttering? Well, let's hear what Steph has to say about that.
I used to just have everything loose in here, and I kind of liked that, but I thought it looked really messy. And so I bought these inserts to try and get it more organized. They come out like this. And it actually made it worse and made it way more difficult. And now it's like hard to kind of close the drawer and things stick up. So I'm gonna start here with this drawer. I always like to start in the place that's driving me the most crazy, and that would be this.
I mean, yes, unless it's a spot that is going to completely overwhelm you and then throw you off track, like maybe your garage or even your kitchen, depending on the state of things. Another option is what Mary Beth from At What Cost suggests.
Ripping the Band-Aid off with decluttering is kind of like starting with the easy stuff. And for me, it's going to be shoes, because I have shoes here, 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 and oh yeah, some here too. And you know which ones I always end up wearing? These.
What I love about the whole shoe thing that Mary Beth suggests is because shoes are something that maybe it's not a super overwhelming space. And even if it is, we can still say, okay, I have not worn these shoes for a while, or these shoes are actually uncomfortable and I'm probably not going to wear them again, which can make it such a simpler spot to start, especially if you are worried that starting in the garage or somewhere else is going to completely overwhelm you and throw you off of track.
This is the old one in, one out rule. I got a new green blazer to replace this one. Now this one I got last year, I got it second hand. It's a bit too kind of heavy. It's very, very faded. So one in, one out.
So not only does this work for clothes, but it also works for cookbooks, which is totally my guilty little pleasure. Every year at Christmas, and maybe a few other times in the year, I'm just saying, I indulge in a cookbook. Here's the thing, I use them and I love them, but there tends to be a season for each cookbook. And if you're only using one recipe, well, I just copy that one recipe, take a photo, and I put it in my phone, and then I donate the other one. So every time I get a new cookbook, one has to go and be decluttered and donated.
Usually it's because we're putting stuff up here and our own peace of mind and time and energy down here. And so we need to flip-flop these.
Did you know that having a tidy home is one possible predictor of health? Also, did you know that hoarding can cause physical pain? That is exactly what was shown in this article from the Royal Australian College of General Practitioners. Now, one important thing for you to know is how important your environment is in your overall health and well-being. And I'm talking physical health and your mental health. I'm a registered nurse and I see a lot of people who are struggling. And if you think about it, food, water, and shelter are three things that we always talk about as like necessities of life. So food, you know, are you eating food? Yes. Is it good food? Hopefully. Are you drinking enough? Are you drinking enough water? And is it not just like tea and coffee? Although, I mean, I love tea. But shelter is more than just a roof over your head. It's what you surround yourself with and how that environment makes you feel. So keep that in mind when you are decluttering your house. Now, another great strategy for how you're actually setting up your environment and your home is what Steph has to say right here.
I'm dividing everything by use. So cooking utensils, baking stuff, prep stuff, straws, and then other.
I love this one. And I actually have my kitchen set up so that my most often used utensils are here right next to the stove. But another good question you can ask yourself about what you should keep is this.
Are they serving me? Like, look at these. These, oh, are they not so cute? Look at the little bow. Oh, they're so cute. But you know what? I don't wear them anymore. I actually don't even have the clothes that I used to wear with them. Seasons of life have changed for me. Look at the dust. Is this item serving me? No.
This might seem overwhelming in some ways, but if it is something that you can, without a doubt, have a yes to, you know where it goes and it serves you. Think about artwork, for example. It is totally serving its purpose. There are a lot of things in our house where we're like, oh my gosh, I don't know, should I keep this? Does it serve my purpose? Again, this is like why we go back to Dawn's whole thing where she's like, if it's not a yes, then it's a no. And you might be thinking, well, like, what about artwork? It's serving you. Like, if you're enjoying your artwork and if it like adds an ambiance to your house that you really like, totally keep it. And that brings us to a very important tip from Diane.
Maybe you have Halloween decorations, Christmas decorations, any kind of decor that you've been using for parties. If you're not going to be using it again soon, please pass it on to somebody else who will.
This can be kind of hard. And believe me, my eldest child, my sweet little firstborn baby, is graduating this year, and it's sad, yet I'm happy. One of the things I really want to invite you to do is to feel the feels. When you are decluttering or when you're going through something in life, feel the feels. Like if you're not using something like Halloween decor or kids' costumes, it's okay to take a moment and say like, yeah, that part of my life is done right now, and I'm just going to pass those on. And it's okay to feel a little bit sad. What's not okay is keeping things in your environment because you have trouble letting go of the past. And sure, it can be hard, but it's so amazing to have the opportunity to pass things on to others who might be at the stage in their life where they need those things, and you are giving them this wonderful gift. I absolutely love it. Remember, you are not your stuff, and your health could be affected by that clutter around you. So check out this video here for how to reverse this. I'm going to go into how the clutter affects your health, but also how to combat it. Thank you to the amazing creators in this video. I hope something good happens to you today, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.